Okay, this is all going to be parking. See where the tree is coming out? It's all going to be parking. For right now, we're going to do it as grass, railroad ties, to not have to worry about impacting the neighbor down the street. We can always change that over later. This is the front of the house, which is going to have a ramp out at the front. That gate is leaving. Ramp out the front and down to the lamppost where there will be handicap parking. And then you can go out to the street from there. Right now the street entrance is right there. We have to widen the drive a bit. From there, coming in the house, coming in the building, you're going to come in. This is going to be the main door. And when you come in on the main entrance, you have to hit the light so you can see. We have an entrance in that goes in towards an office space, and an entrance that is going to come in to the reception area. Really? So this is going to be the reception area, and so we have a fireplace. That door goes out to a back deck and down to the back. Down the hallway we have space that is going to be Jesse's office. With storage space. An office that we intend at some point to either put a paralegal in or rent out. And again, some of this stuff needs to be changed, but for right now we're okay. Then you come down the hall and we have space that is going to be for office supplies. Right now is a linen closet. Another office that we intend to rent to another lawyer, has a tenant. It has a space in the back as well for closet storage for their office needs. This bathroom is actually going to be redone entirely. We're widening the door because obviously the door is too small for ADA. You can see the fire entrance stuff that we put in already. Right now we have an ugly blue bathroom that is going to go away entirely, but is going to be our private or public bath. And we will be working on that next week, so when it's done I'll send you pictures. And down the hallway, this is going to be my office. And there is closet storage that will have space for file cabinets. I'm going to line file cabinets in through here. Have space for other things like my checks that I have to disperse in here, which right now I'm just using a credenza for. We are in the process of trying to redo the paint in here, so I picked up a color I was going to try on the walls. I've decided I don't like it, so that's the splotch. I'm thinking about doing this in a slightly darker than dove gray on the top of the walls, bottom of the walls, leave them white, because we have like that little wainscoting strip. And my office has laminate flooring, but that's alright. I'm replacing the light. It's actually a fair size office. I'm going to try and get you an idea from the back of the room. We're almost to the door, but it's going to be fairly large. And then the other ugly bathroom, which right now we're not doing anything with. We're just going to leave like it is. I'm going to leave the tub and shower in there because Jesse and I both like to run. And occasionally it might be nice if we have to come here after running, you can actually get clean. So for the moment, this one is kind of staying like it is because we want to get the public areas done first. This is going to be also office space probably for our paralegals. At least for the time being, we're probably going to have one person in here, but we are planning on splitting it down the middle at some point. If you see the back end wall to the door that goes into the kitchen, then there's another door that goes into the copy area. From the conference room that you come directly into, or the reception area you come directly into, you'll notice there is a door, and there's Mom and Dad. And this is going to be our conference room. We have a bay window. We're changing the light, but for right now, the lights are last to go. There is a little pass-through that goes into the kitchen that we're going to close off, but we're probably going to close off with shuttered doors so that we can open it for when we have functions. While you can't really tell very much with the table because we've kind of moved all the tables and chairs, this is my table and conference chair sets that we acquired at the Restore, which is a Habitat for Humanity store that people take things when they don't want them anymore, and the whole set of table and chairs cost us less than $200, which I think is pretty stinking good for a conference room table, at least of that size. Coming through into the kitchen area, we have a ton of stuff right now that is everywhere, but we have cabinet space that we can use, space that a microwave is going to go in. Notice that is actually a whole house stereo speaker system that actually does still work, which is crazy. And then of course we've got space we're going to put a fridge in. We've been told we're probably going to have to remove the stove, yay, and then we got the dishwasher there, and we're probably going to have to remove the second stove, yay. But that's all dependent upon what the building inspector guy says we have to do. But if we have to take it out, we have to take it out. At least we'll have a microwave and a fridge and a working dishwasher and a sink. From here, if we come down into the hallway, we have our brand new breaker box because we had some new electric stuff lined and wired. This is going to be the conference room, or not the conference room, copy room. Right now, as you can see, it's got still the washer dryer connection, but we are capping that off, and we'll be putting a copier down in that space. We'll have space on the side for shelving for office supplies and miscellaneous things like the mail room kind of stuff. Plenty of space out. From here, the door here goes out and down a set of steps that are clearly not going to be handicap compliant, but they do take you out to the backyard. But it's easier to go out from the garage room. This is actually, at some point down the road, we want to be able to use it as well as space that we can tenant out. However, it's also a great place for additional paralegals down the road, additional filing space down the road. And that's that room. We'll come out now to the garage area, to the carport, as we have. I love our little exit signs now that we have exit signs. We're one step closer to being a business. And come out to the carport. The carport will actually hold 3 cars. Right now, 2 are here, me and Mom and Dad. Jesse was here a little earlier. We have a nice place when it rains, which was wonderful because the day we finally owned it, it rained like cats and dogs. You come out here, out to the back, we have space that is a big deck on the back. We have that door that I said was not ADA compliant, but still an exit. We're only really required to have one ADA compliant exit. At least Rick's office only ever had one, and all the other places have only ever had one, so we anticipate only having to have one. Have a big deck area just past the chimney. If you go just past the chimney, in this space right here is where the door is into where the reception area would be. And then all of this, as far as the eye can see and beyond, is also ours. Notice all the trees, very little grass that I have to actually maintain. So, that's going to be nice, to have nice natural space that's open, that we don't have to cut. And finally, if you're looking at the carport, we came back to the carport, and we're looking at the carport from this direction, do a little pan over. We have the driveway around that comes from the road back to the carport. And then we also have a storage shed here, and a nifty little shed out back that is also a screened in porch area. It has electricity, which right now this is like the later on project for things, but it does have electric connection, which is wonderful. We have a septic system here, so we only have to provide water, which is also good. And we have electricity to the covered deck area, but for right now we're just not planning to use it. We were just planning to have the space out here, but it does light up, and it is screened in, which is nice, so that if we wanted